This is one of my favorite topics because I've used it my entire life without even noticing, and it's helped me finish research reports, pass school, succeed in business, and make sure, my girlfriend's happy. So, what it's called is a SMART goal. Why is it smart? It's not smart because, you're like a genius. It's smart because of the letters. They spell out SMART. And today we're going to talk about how you can use these SMART goals to better every aspect of your life in terms of goal setting. Now, let's go back to high school. Have you ever had like a moment where you had this research paper due and you just put it off every single day, right? I'm going to put it off this day, next week, next month. The due date is tomorrow. I have not started anything. And all of a sudden, you start writing like a fiend. You become this like virtuoso of writing research reports. Even though it took forever for you to start, as soon as you started, you were just in the zone. You crushed it. You got all those got all the citations. You made sure it was like 15,000 words, whatever the goal was. And you finished it before the next day, in that one day. Why is that? Because without you knowing, your school or your teacher implemented something called a SMART goal, something specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. And that last one is one of the most important, time bound. When something is bound by time, when something needs to be done by a specific time and date, you feel pressure to finish that. You might not feel pressured for months and months and months until that week comes, that day comes, but there is a due date. And that's why setting specific due dates for specific goals is so important. Now, you shouldn't be like me or others that, wait till the last day because I used to be the king of all procrastinators. I'm sure I could fight all of you in terms of procrastination and I would win. I would wait till that last second and just hit, there, finished it. That last second because that's just how I was back then. And it took time to change that. But regardless of how much I procrastinated, I always finished what I needed to do by that due date because of those SMART goals, because it was specific. I had to write this research paper on 15,000 words, which is measurable. And was it achievable? Did I have the skills to write that paper? Yes. Was it relevant to what I was doing? Yes, it was like an English class. And then the time bound made me write it at that very end because I waited. You can apply this to anything in your life. For us, we're trying to get in the best shape and become the best person we can possibly become. How do we do that? Well, we set time goals, SMART goals for our bodies, for our lives. I want to make X amount of money by X age, and it has to be done in 5 years. You know, great. You have a rough outline of how to approach these SMART goals. Okay, let's put it into getting in shape. I am 30 years old. I want to lose 10 pounds in 6 months. And by next year, I want to be in the best shape of my life. So I gave myself 1 year to get in the best shape of my life. I gave myself 6 months to lose that weight. I put an achievable goal, right? It's not like I'm going to go from zero to Superman in 1 year. I just want to be in the best shape of my life in 1 year, right? Because that's relevant. The time bound is the 6 months, the year. It's specific. You want to lose 20 pounds in 6 months and then become in the best shape of your life in 1 year. The more specific you are with these goals, the better you will be able to achieve them because you can cross out these little micro goals. Micro goals lead to big goals. You have these huge, huge, huge unattainable goals, right? Unattainable. And then you have these small micro goals along the way that you just check off, check off, check off. And then by the time you know it, you just achieve that unattainable goal. Why? Because you stayed disciplined. You were specific about it. You knew it was time bound. So it put that pressure on you that some of us need. Somebody like me, I need pressure to work well. That's why I set these specific short time frame goals because without that pressure, I don't work as well. For whatever reason, you need to understand yourself to further implement these goals, to better implement these goals, to achieve them in the best way possible. Because maybe you're not like me. Maybe you just have a goal And that's fine enough. And you know you will just go at it. But for somebody like me, I need a time, specific time, or an end date, or I need to make 600 pounds lift off a deadlift bar by 2 weeks. That will push me every single day to go harder and harder and harder. And as soon as you start pushing yourself and your goals, like I said, it's like these micro goals they start checking off rapidly. And then before you know it, you're at your end goal. And you can do this with anything. Like I said, you can start from zero and create this astronomical goal, but make it specific, make it measurable, make it achievable, make it relevant to your life, and make it time bound. Put an expiration date on when you need to achieve this. And when you start doing that in any type of goal, in any type of scenario, you will see yourself achieve your goals in a much greater fashion, in a much more astute fashion. You're just going to start smashing goals left and right. And then I'm going to have to make another video on how to better make goals because your goals are so smart that they drive me crazy and you guys are just amazing. So make your goals smart, achieve them, set that expiration date, and let me know. Have you ever been ADD or like a procrastination king like me? Because maybe I'm an outlier. Maybe I'm the only one that waited for the last specific day to do this. I will see you guys next time and make your goals smart.